From record-breaking shots
Curry from half court.
to humiliating NBA legends.
Clean up on aisle three. Goodness, clean up on aisle three.
Steph's even hit some of the craziest game winners ever.
Yes, sir.
These are 10 times Steph Curry shocked the world.
Oh my gosh.
And first, the time Steph faked a viral video just to get millions of views. If only he knew how to make thumbnails like me, he probably would have gotten away with it. This clip showed Steph doing the impossible with not 1, not 2, not even 3 or 4, but making 5 full court shots in a row. Now, alright, I get it. It's Steph, man. He's hit shots like that before, and sometimes he even knocks people out with them. But that's besides the point. My point is, it might have been possible for Steph to make these shots once or twice, but not long after, another viral video came out of Steph doing even more impossible shots.
It's a year award. It's been an amazing year. Family, and most importantly,
Both viral clips had everybody talking about him, so Steph was getting asked about it during interviews.
What was up with the doctored video?
no, the doctored, the edited, the CGI.
Yeah.
Nobody believes I made 5 in a row from 90 feet.
After that, the editor even exposed how the videos were faked. And once the truth got revealed, Shaq turned the entire situation into a parody.
You people must not know my real name, the Black Steph Curry.
But alright, even though Shaq was trolling because Steph was faking shots for views, Steph definitely wasn't faking the time he shocked the world with his craziest game ever. I mean, there's a reason why his teammates got him wet and even clapped his cheeks afterwards. There wasn't a single person who wasn't hyped when Steph pulled out a performance nobody saw coming.
Well, it just reminded me that this is the greatest shooter since mankind.
And that old head, he wasn't glazing Steph for no reason. Either way, Steph knew he was pretty much only playing against Damian Lillard and the shit stains, so he had his eyes set on setting a new career high. And since the most points he'd ever scored in a single game were 54, he had to get to work fast.
Free agent hounding Curry on the relocate. Steph cut back door, little floater. Steph, he reloaded, went around. Draymond 3.
Short.
It's a pass to Steph.
It's a pass.
Steph, step back 3. Yes, sir. Curry from deep. 59. Draymond finds him another 3. 62.
Now, alright, it ain't even a surprise that the whole team was celebrating like that, because for the first time in Steph's career, he topped over 60 points for 62. But Steph isn't always shocking the world with his skill on the court, because there was a time Steph embarrassed himself so badly, it got him clowned by the entire world. It's all because Steph was tired of being known as just a shooter, so he tried proving he could do more as a hooper by showing off his hops to throw down dunks. He'd do them at practices. He'd dunk during pregame warm-ups. There was even a time he was confident enough to dunk during actual games.
Steal. Here's Curry. He stuffs.
Throwing down dunks was something Steph clearly loved, but things took a wild turn when with a game on the line, a dunk became a huge mistake.
Drives down a lane and misses the jam. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, if Steph would have just made the shot, it would have kept his team in the game. But no, he tried throwing down a dunk for no reason and not only missed, it lost his team the game. That wasn't even the moment that made Steph give up dunking in games though. That came when he embarrassed himself twice in the same play.
What went through your mind when that was happening?
Let's see, what happened was the LA Kings had a game right before us, and they must not have put the floor back on top of the ice all the way because there was a little wet spot. And I slipped. In my head, like I knew I was about to do some 360s dunk I've never done in my life, and just didn't happen.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How does the ice explain the air ball?
Man, Steph really got clowned by people who definitely never played basketball in their life. I mean, just look at him. Dude even turned himself into a basketball hoop just so Steph would play with him.
Come on, you got this, Steph. You got this. Oh!
Alright, dude should just be happy he's on Steph's good side. Because there was a time Steph shocked the world by humiliating an NBA legend so badly, he got the dude's entire career turned into memes. When Steph first got in the league, he was secretly beefing with one of the best point guards in history, Chris Paul. This dude was in the prime of his career, undoubtedly a legend, and was the perfect victim for Steph to humiliate to put his own name on top of the list. So as Steph started making his own waves in the NBA, he sparked a rivalry between them with a bang.
Curry, all pretty fake. Pulls up. There's the first field goal. That was sweet. What a move. What a move. Splits the defense behind the back. Fires a three. Oh, he puts it in. What a spectacular move. And it's the largest lead.
Curry inline shakes Paul out of his boots and hits a fallaway jump shot.
Yeah, Steph made dude look like a nobody by embarrassing him over and over again. On that last one, Steph really made a grown man play Twister. Well, at least that's what fans were saying. Everybody was clowning the pic of Chris getting humiliated by Steph, so it turned into more memes than I can count. Chris's phone was blowing up with him, especially because one of the biggest comedians in the world, Kevin Hart, just kept texting him about it to the point where Chris eventually posted about it. But with that play being the most humiliating moment of Chris's career, it was clear he never got over it, because during one of the next times he played against Steph, he tried getting revenge.
Just taking a look at James Harden all the way down. Oh, a move by Paul. Sent Curry, fixed the game back. Curry just went down on that move by Paul, who fouled Tucker. Sent Paul has to force one. And a deep three-pointer by Chris Paul. He's hit 3
Wow, and at the end there, Chris really hit the shimmy on dude, knowing that was one of Steph's own signature moves. Clearly they both wanted to win this rivalry, so a few years later, Steph made sure he hit Chris with a final viral moment.
So Chris Paul trying to stay with Steph. Steph got in the lane, put it in and drew the foul! Oh, man!
And Steph saying, this ain't 2014 anymore. It's pretty much him saying, get out the way, old man, you had your time. No wonder why after that happened, fans once again made Steph's crossover on Chris go more viral than ever, when they said this will forever be the image that comes to mind whenever Steph and Chris are in the same sentence. Chris might have been a great player, but he accomplished way less than Steph. 0 league MVPs compared to Steph's 2, 0 championships compared to Steph's 4, and not only couldn't Chris's family even beat Steph's outside of basketball when they competed on Family Feud, the fact that Chris got traded to the Warriors, literally Steph's team, to play in a less significant role and live in Steph's shadow, definitely shows who's for real on top. This battle is over, but memes are one thing. There was a time Steph shocked the world by setting a record just because he was bored. At one of the NBA's biggest events, All-Star Weekend, Steph was invited to the three-point contest because, well, he's the three-point Jesus Christ. Of course he was.
Curry from half court.
Regardless, there was a record Steph had his eyes on. The most points scored in a single round of the contest was set by Devin Booker a few years earlier when he scored 28 points. To beat that and make history, Steph damn near had to shoot perfectly.
First round on fire, Steph.
Hard for him to go in. Once one goes in, man.
We need 30, Reg. Missed his first two. Come on, doesn't miss you right here.
Oh, my goodness.
That would have been an easy 30 round.
Oh, my
no,
God.
he's still going to get it.
D-Wade, he's still going to get it. Come on, bro. He's still going to get it, D-Wade.
Get it.
This is ridiculous. It's too easy, man. It's too easy.
31 points in a single round? That's the most ever. So of course Steph ended up winning the competition to secure the trophy. But Steph's been doing this, so trophies and records aren't the only thing he's securing. There was a time that Steph shocked the world so crazy, he got LeBron James in his bedroom. I ain't kidding. We gotta go back in time for this one. LeBron started becoming a secret admirer of Steph while he was just a young boy playing college ball at Davidson. Steph was becoming one of the biggest NCAA stars in the world, because even though he was an adult, this babyface assassin was revolutionizing the game with a shooting ability that nobody had really seen before. And before one of the biggest games of the year, an NCAA tournament matchup where it was win or go home, rumor had it that a special guest was going to be showing up.
I wish y'all could have been like on our team bus. And you hear these rumors like, hey, I think Bron's coming to the game. What are you talking about? And lo and behold, like right when the tip-off is coming, here comes Rich, Bron. You know, he's there just being a fan and watching us play.
And now with Steph knowing LeBron was in the stands, of course he had to put on a show.
Start of the season at the 3-point. First good look. Great vision. Curry. Off the window. There he goes. Oh, electrifying.
33 points and a win on such a big stage had LeBron beyond impressed. So not only was he posting about it saying, wasn't some kid to me, I knew he was special, that's why I went to see it up close and personal. Dude even risked getting in a car accident just to praise Steph.
Think he'll be good in the league?
I think so. I think he knows how to play the game of basketball, of course. He has the talent. I was impressed.
So from that point on, he was hooked to Steph. LeBron kept showing up to his games because he knew any game could possibly end with shots like this.
Gets the rebound and never touched the rim. Curry with the three. Looking right at LeBron James the whole way down the floor, too. Wow. Stephen Curry lights it up. LeBron's impressed with what he sees.
And after that game, Steph admitted he got a gift from LeBron that's still in his bedroom to this day.
In North Carolina, I still have a LeBron jersey on the wall in my bedroom. And he signed a jersey. It's like the greatest shooter in North Carolina or something like that.
Wait a minute, so LeBron ended up in a kid's room? Isn't that illegal? Regardless though, it's just crazy that LeBron started off as a fan, then the two became some of the biggest rivals in the NBA by dominating the league at the same time, while constantly battling each other. And through it all, they never disrespected each other either. Well, maybe once, but the respect has been there the majority of the time because they both earned each other's. But not even LeBron could shock the world, like when Steph made a shot that was so historic, it got its own nickname.
Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
February 27, 2016 wasn't just any game. During a matchup between Steph's Warriors and another top team in the league at the time, the Thunder, obviously things were gonna be a battle. Steph started the game hot, kept knocking down shots.
Curry fires away and hits the three. Golden State scored 73 as Curry nails the three-pointer. Curry, long distance, puts it in. Stephen Curry with another three-pointer, his fourth.
And even though I'm damn near blind, even I could see that this dude was on track to break records. But having a historic game without a win would have been disappointing, so Steph wasn't leaving without one. In overtime, he started getting wild with these type of plays.
Curry, another three. Oh, it's good! The Curry eruption continues!
And while he was just trying to keep his team in the game, one shot eventually meant more than anything.
This is kind of where the legend of Steph grew. We had talked about it at the timeout. Like, if we get a rebound with any time, we're not calling a timeout. We're going.
Rebound taken by Iguodala. They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. And he ties the NBA record with his 12th three-pointer of the game.
One of the things that struck me just now watching it was how the crowd was obviously crushed because it's an Oklahoma City crowd, but at the same time they realized they were witnessing something unbelievably special.
Alright, even though there was time left on the clock, they should have just ended the game right there. I mean, come on. That shot forever became known as the game winner heard around the world, and because of the legendary commentator Mike Breen's iconic screaming, it also became known as the double bang game.
Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Now, getting banged twice in one night? I thought that was something only my girl knew about. Even though Steph's shot got its own nickname, it can't even compare to Steph's shot in the world with one of the craziest records in sports history. Steph's record seemed impossible to set, because when he first came into the league, he was smaller than most of his opponents, and he had to figure out what was gonna make him the deadliest player he could be. So shooting from three is what he strived to be better at than anybody in NBA history. Once he started becoming great at the shot, one of his first notable moments was making a three, then getting his cheeks clapped by Kobe.
From the other county, and Kobe slaps him on the behind and gives him a smile and says, "That's good shooting, kid."
Ooh, this was when people began realizing Steph was about to become a problem. Even me. I watched Steph climb the ranks of all-time three-point shooters faster than anybody had ever seen. Before him, the most legendary three-point shooters I remembered were players like JJ Redick, Kyle Korver, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen.
To Allen, his three-pointer. Bang!
But none of those guys were on the same level of player as Steph though, and they definitely weren't taking or even making threes like Steph's been.
Steph for the lead.
Oh, and now Curry gets it right back from half court, and it's gone! Curry left wide open, right between the eyes.
Now down to 10. There is no double coming. Curry, three.
Got it!
Curry, three.
Good!
He checked it. Steph for the win.
Yes, sir!
So after making 2,972 of those shots, Steph was officially just 2 away from becoming the greatest three-point shooter in the history of mankind. And on December 14, 2021, in one of the most iconic stadiums in the league, it was time to make history.
Remember, Curry lets it fly. Oh, and there it is, right away. One down, one to go. Wiggins again. Here's Curry for the record. It's good! And there it is! Stephen Curry, the all-time three-point king of the NBA.
But alright, as historic as that night was when Steph cemented himself as the three-point GOAT, He's only been raising his total since. Nowadays, he's on pace to become the only player ever to make over 4,000 3-pointers. But what if I told you the only reason he's able to set records like that is because he secretly wears shoes that give him superpowers? In 2022, Steph knew a championship would happen when he laced up a certain shoe. His ritual began early in the playoff run when during a tied-up series in a must-win game, Steph put the shoes on and played like a star.
One dribble, three-pointer, got it! Curry gets inside and bangs it home, and left-handed layup, it's good. Curry on the drive, gets inside, stops, layup off the glass, it's good.
He went off and carried his team to victory while wearing some lilac Curry 4 Flotro shoes. Nobody thought much of them, cause in my opinion, they were ugly as shit and didn't make sense why he'd be wearing something that didn't match his jersey at all. But rumor had it that during the very next game is where the shoes really unlocked their magic. Game 4 against the Grizzlies started with Steph wearing a completely different color scheme, an orange version that was damn near uglier. Who the hell is this man's stylist? Throughout the game, he was kinda cooking, but his team was down and he needed to take things to another level. So just peeping at Steph's feet in the final quarter, you can see the other shoes were back, and so were Steph's superpowers.
Curry turns the corner.
His status for game 5 up in the air. Curry got a three! And take that pass away. Curry. Bam! Swing it. Curry stumbles. Fend off. Fade. We're tied.
Yeah, Mans was clearly on something during those final minutes, and if you don't believe me, the numbers don't lie. Before the shoe change, in more than 3/4 of the game, Steph had just 14 points. In just 9 minutes after the shoe change, he dropped 18 points, bringing him up to 32 and winning his squad the game. Shoes were obviously doing something, but nobody realized how crazy it would become until it was time for the NBA Finals. With a chance at a championship at stake and Steph's legacy on the line, his squad went down 2-1 in the series. Losing another game would be nearly impossible to overcome. So in Game 4, Steph put the shoes back on and had his most legendary performance of the playoffs so far.
Steps back, three-pointer, got it. Steph Curry, his first three. Celtic Hall of Famer. Curry, oh, Curry. Curry launches a three. Again, oh, Steph Curry from way downtown.
Over 40 points and 7 3-pointers later, Steph became just the second player in the history of the finals to have a performance like that. And not only did he stay undefeated in the purple shoes, people definitely noticed the shoes were helping him out.
You're 3-0 with those purple shoes. Is there anything to that? Or are you going to bring them back out again at some point?
I don't know if that messes with the juju on there, if I'm aware of the record. So now, I got a lot of different colors, so we'll see. God, you know, I got me thinking though, too.
Yeah. Steph was definitely thinking alright, because in his next game when he started off not wearing them, even though he was hitting some wild shots and his team was up, in the second half he switched back to the purple shoes again, just to guarantee himself a win, which he did. Now being 4-0 in the shoes, and just 1 game away from winning the finals, there's no way you can't predict what shoes he was wearing for the next game, man. Right from tip-off, Steph had him on from the beginning.
Good Game 5, but an excellent start here in 6. Steph Curry once again dancing and prancing in the paint. Wide open three. Got it. Curry sidestep, three-pointer. It's good. Steph Curry from downtown. And the lead back up to 19.
He had one of his most legendary performances ever, and after completely dominating all game long, eventually he sealed the deal and maintained being undefeated, 0 losses, while wearing his favorite shoes.
And these shoes are undefeated in the playoffs, so I appreciate them.
Wow, this man really became a champion all because of his shoes. But the time Steph shocked the world the most was when he recently said something so controversial that some of the most legendary NBA players ever were stunned. You know things are crazy when even Michael Jordan couldn't believe what Steph said.
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll get to MJ's long-ass response in a second though. You first gotta understand why Steph admitting he's better than one of the most legendary players was obviously gonna make headlines.
Stephen A., do you agree with Stephen Curry? Is he the greatest point guard of all time?
To me, yes, he is. And I know that, listen, I love me some Magic Johnson.
Whoa.
What do you mean by that?
Even though he said it a bit weird, yes, Magic Johnson has to be heavily considered in this debate. Stacking him against Steph makes things a lot closer than that babyface made it seem with his confidence. In playing around the same amount of time, Magic had 5 championships compared to Steph's 4. Magic had 3 MVPs to Steph's 2. Obviously, Steph has about a 5-point difference in scoring, but Magic had a 5-point difference in playmaking and was also a more dominant rebounder. All around, I mean, it isn't crazy to think Steph could be wrong. I mean, even Michael Jordan, the overall greatest player ever, obviously had enough credentials to prove Steph wrong by sending a late-night text to let the world know who he felt was the GOAT.
I have to read you a text that I received this morning at 5:54 a.m. Good morning, sir. Although greatest of anything is always a debate, I beg to differ on greatest point guard of all time with what you said. Magic Johnson is easily the best point guard of all time. Steph Curry is very close, but not in front of Magic. You must define point guard to really have a serious debate. Magic was the best. We can go on, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you get the point. By the way, Magic has 5 NBA championships.
Wow.
That quote this morning at 5:45 was from Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Wow, how about that?
And he asked me to read it on the air. He said, I'm not backing up for it. He said, I'm tired of this argument about Magic Johnson not being the best point guard in the history of the game. He is the best point guard in the history of basketball. That is from Michael Jordan.
Now, alright, why MJ would be up all night thinking about a dude, then texting another dude at 5 a.m. about another dude, is one thing. He does have a point though. Everything Magic did throughout his career was legendary, and his accomplishments are what they are. I mean, this dude literally remembered them all and made sure he let us know how on another level he is from Steph.
I don't know if you saw this, but recently Gilbert Arenas had Steph Curry on over the summer, and Gilbert asked Steph Curry who's the greatest point guard of all time, and he was respectful to you, but he said himself, how do you process that one, and do you think Steph has surpassed you as the greatest point guard of all time?
Well, does the number say that, Zach?
Not yet. I would still say it's you if you ask me.
Okay, so if he got more than 5 championships, if he got more than 3 finals MVP and 3 league MVPs, then he's the greatest. Number 1 in assists, all time in the finals. Number 2 in double-doubles. Number 1 in triple-doubles, all time in the NBA playoffs. Number 4 in steals, all time in the playoffs. If he got more than those numbers, he's the best.
Well said. Let me ask you this.
All I gotta say after that is...
Damn!
For real though, there's no denying Steph is an all-time great player, but clearly he's gotta accomplish more to become the GOAT in everybody else's eyes. And there's nothing wrong with some extra motivation besides. Even though I personally am a LeBron glazer, I want to see Steph become the best ever because there's no point in hating on greatness. But there are other NBA stars who hate on each other. Like Klay Thompson beefed with a player just because he fingered another dude. Joel Embiid hated a player, so he murdered them. All of that's in this video. And honestly, I just talked enough about players and balls. It's time for my girl to play with mine, so are you clicking this already so I can get off to it or what?